Hello everyone, welcome back to the You Can't Say That podcast with me, Aaron.
And me, Ray London. He's not giving it up.
Mate, I think...
You're not giving it up, are you?
Did you see the comments in the last one?
Not
No, not the
Ray
last one, the one before. Yeah, it was Ray the Legend.
Don't lie.
I swear to you, I'll show you the video later. They
Who
said
said
Ray
that?
some random guy.
Really?
Yeah. Or girl, could be anyone.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
didn't know.
they left it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They spelled it wrong, so I helped them out, but I knew what they meant.
Okay.
So, did you see the Dutch video?
Yes,
Or
I did
yesterday?
see it. What did you think?
Does that make it alright, does it?
I mean, to be
Just
honest,
blaming Michael Jackson, putting yourself in the same bracket as Michael Jackson when you've had one hit in the charts.
no. To be
mad.
honest, I think he looks pathetic. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. No, do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? And maybe it's because I mean, how old is he?
27, isn't he?
All right, maybe
Yeah,
he's 27. I know that guys do generally mature,
Late.
slower than women, but I just find it to just be...
Like an 18-year-old street guy.
Yeah.
It's like going into a youth club for the first time as a worker and you see someone and you're like, you're just acting on this persona. I feel like he acts on it.
You think so?
Mate, his voice changed. He cleared his throat. The feathers came out.
But I think he was nervous though.
Of course he's going to be nervous because, listen, when you're being called something like that, you need to just... If he nipped it in the bud a week ago and come out with a receipt said police have already been involved and showed you a form, like we said in the last one, he needs to get the police involved. So he's saying the police are involved, but you need to give the shade room or someone receipts and just say, look, police, done, nothing was found. You know what I'm saying? No, on his side.
He should have done it straight
right.
away, because at the end of the day, with an accusation like that, it's a damning accusation, okay? So somebody makes an accusation, if you know you're 100% innocent, you're going to jump on that straight away. You're not going to let it manifest and, everybody's going to be talking about. You're going to nip that in the bud straight away and be like, who the fuck is that? Like, I don't want to swear, but who is actually saying that?
You have to swear in this
You're going to want to
situation.
call out that person straight away, like, bruv, are you mad? You're going to... Because I would be offended if somebody... It's not a silly comment, that's what I'm saying.
The thing is, he didn't come out and say anything about the messages. He just done a statement, and it's as if he's been made to do that statement. It's like,
I mean,
it got to the point where he's forced to make a statement.
Yes, and
it's not him wanting to do it.
He was saying it's a duty of care to go to the... And I'm just thinking,
It's
to
got to be
me,
reported
somebody has told you what to say.
Yeah, because he
Somebody's
won't
told you
randomly
what to
go,
say.
oh yeah, it's a duty of care. No, in this country, how many paedophiles touch family members and get away with it?
Yeah.
Because it's not reported. So if you're a family friend and that mum sticks up for you and believes what you're saying, or the 14-year-old don't want to say it because she thinks she'll be looked at a certain way. I'm not saying that is the situation, but it happens so much.
Yeah.
You need to be clearing your name from this, because
very true. Very true.
how easy is it to just say one thing and mean the other? Like all these other messages, like you've put yourself in the firing line.
In the firing line.
Literally. Do you know that song? Past the Dutchie on the left.
Yeah.
Dutchie's on the left-hand side. He's rolled up. He's spliffed. He spliffed himself in the last video.
The thing is, I don't want to spend too much time on this, right? But
You've had enough, innit?
Yeah, I
You're
have.
tired.
Do you know why? It's not even that, Aaron. I've looked at, so everything's happened. Everything's come out as it has. Okay, he's not said anything. He's made that one comment to that rapper talking about is someone gonna...
Yeah, dusty rappers.
Yeah, dusty rappers or whatever. You've made that one comment and then you've not said anything else, okay? Everybody's come, made their statement, said whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then last night, he's come out with that statement.
In a dark room, no light.
In a dark room.
Looks like he's lost weight.
You haven't
even
given any concrete proof to me, but maybe he's innocent. I'm not going to... I'm not judging and saying that he has done it. What I'm saying is he hasn't done enough to clear his name. And what is pissing me off is that all of these people that's gone onto his profile and so quick to just be like, okay, now he said that, it's all done and dusted, and move on.
Imagine.
You can't do that.
Imagine having messages that look wrong, yeah? At what point can you come out and say, you know what? I've messaged a lot of girls that morally I shouldn't have gone there.
Yeah.
But he can't do that because the label will not allow him. You have to realise the label is now in control of this guy. I don't care what anyone says. He said he had 3 managers in charge of his account, but he was able to threaten another rapper for H on his behalf. It was like, H, do you want to do man? Because he's here. When he's in a studio session with Anne-Marie. Hold on a minute, if you've got 3 managers that can go into your account, how comes they never turned around and said to you, that's madness?
Yeah, but he's saying that they were fake messages.
No. He's not making anything. He's saying all the messages. He
What
didn't say
altered?
all the messages were altered. He said that them messages. So he's attacking him being called a nonce, but he's not addressing anything else. Just because a girl is 17 or 18 doesn't mean you're in the. You need to come out and say, look, I have spoke to these girls. They might be legal, but in his head he knows he's in the wrong.
Yeah,
but lots of men do it.
But then,
so it's not attacking just him. It's attacking
all of the men.
All rappers, especially like all these rappers at the minute.
Yeah,
they're all going left, right, and centre. Just there's girls coming out going this, and then they go, "Oh, it's for clout." I'm like, bro, if you go into a girl's inbox as a rapper, it's like the notes thing. You've got a pregnant girl, but you've slept with like an influencer, acting like she won't spread your name if she needs to.
Everyone's doing things for clout
Yeah,
now, but the men, the only thing I would say is that you have to understand that a victim is a victim, okay? Yeah. It's all well and good brushing things under the carpet, paying families off, or doing gagging, doing whatever, getting a gag in order, whatever. It's all well and good doing that, but at the end of the day, there's a victim that's having to suppress their feelings, suppress their emotions, being told not to do this for the sake of ruining somebody's reputation. And people hide behind their labels, they hide behind their companies, they hide behind because they have money. You understand? They hide behind it, and people support them because it's all about money.
It's
but at the end of the day,
it's
damage control.
All the
for the
humans
brand
around it are involved.
Exactly.
So that's why when he brought up Michael Jackson, I was a bit pissed off because I'm like, bro, you're talking on saying from a dead man's point of view. So if Michael Jackson had done it, he had the FBI boy. The FBI, if they can't find, you can't outpay the FBI. Let's be honest. No one's that powerful unless you're the president.
You'd be surprised though.
Presidents can pay out that. But Michael Jackson was not shaking hands with the president of the United States going, help me be a nonce.
And why are you even mentioning? Yeah,
we're talking about
Michael Jackson.
Gaslight Central.
Do you know what I mean?
He's literally at the gaslight. He's at Shell.
I just think that, do you know what? If you're innocent, and you know you may well be. If you're innocent, you should just come and give us enough evidence to satisfy us.
That's all it's got to do.
Maybe he might turn around and say, I don't have to justify anything to you.
Mate, when it comes to this...
But when you're in the spotlight...
You're saying police have already been involved, right? I'm sure he said that. I'm sure, or he said, if it was serious, police would be involved. Bravo. Who reported it? Because a random person on the outside...
he already said that. But he said in his statement that the police went round and did their investigations. That's what he said.
And even they said it looks like the message has been altered.
But then, even if they say...
So where's the report?
Yeah.
There's a police report for this.
Yeah, and also, if somebody has made an allegation against you, okay, if they made an allegation against you and the allegation is found to be untrue, the person who's made the allegation should now be in serious trouble because that's defamation.
Yeah, but they can't because they don't know who acting. But if he's got 3 managers,
but then did the family member... The guy, the cousin, he came out and said he did.
No, he didn't hack. He said he saw the messages. He said he didn't hack them, right? So
no, I know he didn't hack.
So they don't know who the hacker is. They could never go to the cousin. The cousin, for me, everyone's trying to say, he's just clout chased. Bro, if you're going to clout chase, he would have clout chased a month ago.
Yeah. Look at all of the people that's clout chasing now on his profile, begging it.
Yeah, we believe it. You know what scares me?
What do you believe? How do you even know? Like, you don't know.
Backing him. How can you back someone you don't know? Just look in front of you right now, yeah? Social media in general. Like, it's a very scary thing where if something's in a blog page, it has to be true. No. Use your brain. That's what we've got common sense for. It's an opinion or someone's give you that evidence. Like if you watched the ZZ Mills and Made You Think interview, I feel like you need to just be outright, right, I've not got all the proof, but I'm here for it. Let's go for it. I believe this. So if you believe in a story, especially when it's in the country you live in, I think Major Think was right, like it can cause friction.
Yeah.
So for him to say, say on Kojo, yeah, then he knows that could cause friction if it's to do with area. So if he starts talking about Kojo done this to JS, like the Send or whatever, that can cause more friction, not just to them artists, but area-wise, there's a lot of friction anyway. Because I'm from Newham, so I see the friction for the last however long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get what he's saying, but you have to inform people. So you know how we've done? We never called Dutch a nonce.
Yeah.
We never called him a paedophile. We said that behaviour is grooming behaviour, and we spoke on the subject of grooming in general. He can do that. But I think he was so worried because if you know someone, you got this, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't care how close I am. I could be close to Eminem. If a thing came out that Eminem touched up a young girl, bro, I'm going to talk about it. I don't care how big you are.
Yeah.
Take me to court.
Yeah.
But if I believe you're in the wrong, I'm going to speak out. You can't keep me quiet.
You can't keep it quiet.
You
but
got
then
to talk
again,
about that subject. You don't have to instigate.
you
to
can
them,
talk
can't you?
about it, but you have to be careful not to accuse, because until you have all the facts, but you can look
accuse,
at
but you can't call.
Okay,
so,
well, yeah.
You are
look at the
accused of
evidence,
this. How can you prove yourself? How can you prove yourself innocent? He hasn't done it still.
But people don't have to. He doesn't have to prove his innocence.
When you're in the public eye.
But when you're in the public eye and the pressure is on, and you've got young kids who follow you, who support you, yes, you have to come out properly. And the way he did it, I just think it was a bit too shabby. It was
wishy-washy again.
You came with a little 3-minute video talking about
calling people stupid for
bro,
talking a certain way.
Would you sell out your kid for 50 bags?
Loads of people would.
Exactly.
Like you said that, like it doesn't happen every flipping day.
Exactly.
And when he brought up the MJ thing, let's not act like MJ. He went to court and the parents took the 1.3 mil because they didn't want to go to court because they knew they could have lost. This is the thing. Why would you take money over your kid's innocence? Yeah. So bringing up MJ is a totally different thing. For me,
bringing up MJ was just totally unnecessary.
Imagine gaslighting so badly that it makes you look even worse. A lot of comments I saw, you've made yourself look worse. You should have just kept quiet at this point. He should have kept quiet, got the police report, gone, look, it's been done. Then, once that's all over the blog pages, everyone will be like, right.
Yeah, but even a lot of the blog pages have now that's why I didn't want to say nothing.
Oh, that pissed me off.
They're begging it. Like you're begging Dutch. Like you're begging
That's what I don't like. I don't like waiting for the other side, but you can have an opinion and not judging.
Because if it was something else, you lot would be quick to jump on it.
Mate, if that
you would be quick to jump on it.
If that was Boris Johnson, it'd be everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
The PM.
Before you even got back, the first whim of a rumour, guys would be jumping all over it. Yeah.
In past episodes, I've actually, like you said, I've actually been close to defamation of someone's character because I've called them something, but that's because I don't like the government. So I have to hold my hands up and say, yeah, I've been in the wrong. I've called MPs certain things without actually knowing them. They might not be, but it's just from that side of the elites, a lot of paedophilia happens.
Yeah,
so that's why. So it's an opinion, but a lot of people had an opinion on it.
Yeah.
And if everyone was calling me a paedophile and I had messages there and everything's been awkward, and I'm just sitting there going, bro, this could ruin me.
You would eliminate all
worries
and fears. We would literally
you don't like police, go to police, get it sorted.
Yeah, definitely.
Clean your name.
You would clear your name, yeah, definitely.
And then carry on your life, because everyone can apologise for being in the wrong or judging you, but we don't know you personally. We just see this rapper, like no one knows anyone on social media. Everyone can be acting. I could be acting right now on here. And then behind the scenes I'll be going, Dutch is this, Dutch is that.
Yeah.
So it's not an easy
social media. It's not an easy thing, but I feel like just clear your name properly and eliminate all concerns that people have, and you are in the public eye, so you have a duty to do that. That is your duty, because at the end of the day, you have people buying your record. You know, you have people following you. You have such a huge fan base. You know, he's got a lot of fans. So at the end of the day, young as well. You cannot just say something like you did and feel like that is enough. You've got to do a little bit more.
That's it. There's no issue.
You've got to do a little bit more. So yeah.
On that subject, social media, I know that we've had this in a few episodes where you said you and social media are not friends.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on, especially the younger generation? So not like your generation, my generation.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the 25s and under.
Yeah.
Do you feel they don't realise how social media manipulates their thought processes and what they should like and what they should follow? Do you feel like maybe because we're a bit older and we was from the Jeeves era, ask Jeeves and as the broadband's dialing up, or someone unplugs the broadband and you're like, oh come on man, I'm just trying to look for porn now, you know, and then the firewall would come up straight away because your parents were. But yeah, we're going back. So do you think because we're from that era where information wasn't just being chucked at us, we can see how easy it is for all these things to just come into practice and manipulate?
Yeah. What I think with social media now is that it's definitely, they are targeting the young. Okay, now I feel like what they're doing is they are causing a massive distraction with all of these things: Instagram, TikTok, Triller, you know, and right now the young ones are, how should I put it? They're spending more and more time
seeing it,
and then they're seeing what happens in terms of likes and views, and they're actually getting obsessed with wanting to compete with that and also be a part of it, and see if they can be a part of it. And I've seen, even when I'm out and about, Erin, I've seen posters saying, do you know how much time you're spending on social media? Do you know, like, because
when was the last time you looked
when was the last time you looked up? I'm seeing all of these things, and because I feel like they're turning into zombies right now. Their mind and their focus is just social media. But
that's what you told me off.
I'm like, always like, you are on it way too much.
No, but you know, with me, so a few years back, I had everything personal on social media.
Okay.
And you know, when obviously everything goes wrong, a breakup or whatever, you've got all that information there. So everyone's asking, oh, how's this person? Oh, are you broke up? And you're like, bro, a lot of people are messaging me that I've never heard. I've never seen you. You've just been liking pictures for 3-4 years, but now you want to ask me questions about what happened. And then when I don't say anything, you're informing my ex that I said, oh no, everything's cool. I'm saying everything's cool because I don't want people to know my business. From that moment, I realised I need to separate what I am and who I am in personal life to social media. I think a lot of young people are putting themselves out there to be seen and cool, and that's when all this social media and the trolling and the grooming comes into it.
Because I feel
people don't realise how much information you're giving.
And I think right now you're doing it voluntarily. You're not even doing it. You know, you're signing up to these websites and these social media accounts,
but you don't realise your emails got numbers.
What it's attached to.
Whatever you get sent through an email, if it's all part of Google, Google can sell their information. That's the reason why. Have you noticed that if I've searched in my phone for anything, don't act like I don't go on Instagram and see, right, ad for that. Don't go on Facebook, an ad pops up
because they target you directly on what you searched, and it happens. Even sometimes I spoke about a few things, and the next minute I'll see it pop up on my phone, and I'm just thinking, how? Like, do you know what I mean? So, or like,
you see
Siri, I turned Siri off.
Sometimes I've been talking. Did you remember? I don't know if it was I was with you the other day or I was with the sweet one, and we're talking about something, and the thing's flashing. Siri's flashing. I'm like, bro, I've not even activated you, bro. Like, go back to sleep. We're having pillow talk here.
But then at least you're conscious.
And then you go back on Facebook, Instagram, and there's stuff about relationships, and you're like,
yeah. So I think what's happening now, we're moving into an era where the system, whoever's in control of this whole social media stuff,
Mark.
they want to know what we're doing at all times. They want to know what our habits are. They want to know what our spending habits are. They want to know how we react emotionally to certain things that we read or certain posts that we see. They want to see what posts that we click on, and then what they do is they feed us with more of those posts so that we end up staying on social media for longer.
You know what scares me about that? When you look at it, people like Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, when you sit back and realise these guys just working with Google within their own platforms, they've got enough money to get any statistical information from your phone. Because you know when you sign up to iPhone, especially iPhone, I don't know about Androids, but I know with iPhone, whenever I've got a new iPhone, have you noticed they ask you to share your activities? Like some people turn it off, but you know they still can check your activity. Because when you go onto when you download a social media app, you've got to enable certain things to be able to upload. You're accepting them to see your pictures. You're accepting the camera roll. Like even before you take a picture with a new camera, accept.
And the thing is, and you do it because you just want to quickly access the phone. You're not looking at what you're actually signing away your life to. I've done it. Sometimes I just want to get onto something that it's like accept this, and I just accept because I just want to quickly.
So you need to enable this to use the app. So. And sometimes you notice they say
they're taking advantage of it.
Allow it when using the app only. I do that a lot,
I do it as well.
But then that means whenever I open the app, you can get all my information. You can still look at my pictures. So that's why they say when it comes to third-party apps, like a lot of the Western countries say don't do the Chinese apps. That's why they've got an issue with TikTok, because they say when you sign up with it, they can just go in and out of information. I'm like, you're doing the same thing. It's like you just want power. You don't care about us. So social media, do you feel like mentally it's making us become zombies, but it's slowly but surely just feeding us what it wants?
Yeah, definitely.
Because everyone's feed's different.
Everyone's feed is different according to what they view though. So if you go on and you like, all right, say for instance, I like to see, what do I like to see? I like to see motivational posts, like successful,
So that will start going.
And then I'll click on one or two, and then my whole feed will be on that, which is good for me because it's stuff that I like, but it's still stuff that is still keeping me glued to the Instagram. And even when I want to get off, sometimes I'll be scrolling, liking, and then I think I'll get
realise you're like, hold on a minute, I've got something to do.
And I put it down.
So remember when you were saying to me like TikTok, if you go on the videos, you can get stuck to it. You know me, I was like, nah, sign up to it, share our videos, never go on it. Sweet one, boom, show me a TikTok video. There's me on the app now, I'm scrolling. 2 hours later, I'm like, no, you know what, I've had a laugh, but this is dangerous.
But what about people that are doing it for 10 hours?
They're doing it for 10 hours, and the worst thing is they're not even making the content. So they're not looking, like, I was looking at the content thinking, I could do this. I could do this with my dad when he's drunk. Like, I could make some funny stuff, but then there's people out there, like you said, that will, every morning, if they go onto TikTok, they're on it for hours. And I think Facebook used to be like it. Instagram's like it. Like in the morning, because of what we do, I'm on Instagram because I want to know what's happening. But I'm doing it for a purpose.
Yeah.
So
and I think that's where
that's the difference.
I think that is the difference. And I think, social media can be very, very powerful and very influential, and it can be a positive depending on how you use it. So for instance, when we had that guy, the guy in Mitcham, look how everybody came together and, found where he was. And I like the way that happened. And also as well, if you've got businesses and you want to reach out to more users and stuff like that, it's good for the person. But I also think that Instagram, especially Facebook, a lot of your content doesn't get viewed unless you're paying for it. And that is
even when you pay for it, even when you do pay promotions, have you noticed if you're not part of the algorithm or the trend, Instagram, YouTube, and all these will just throw you to the side. Like our last video, we weren't expecting that amount of views because we knew. But just because it had a certain tag in it, we're not going to say the tag, but I tagged it a certain way, and it trended because it joined the algorithm. So we got a side of it where we didn't get the full.
And we did really well.
We did really well. Like,
Yeah,
I'm proud that it got over 1,000. I was never expecting over 1,000 views on a video we done. Yeah, because we're so fresh.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So for that to happen, you can join in an algorithm if you join it. But I find these, like you said, the bigger company who have paid the money, Google Ads, etc. Everything will be pushed into that direction for them.
Definitely.
That's why when you look at people like the ZZ Mill show, it ain't through her channel, it's through someone else. So at one point I feel like she should come off of it, and I feel like a lot, like Lippy and all that, I think they should come off of certain people that, even though they have all the subscribers and they help you get them, once you're powerful enough, leave them, because these guys are just taking loads of money.
I think there's been
unless they're paying you.
Yeah, I think I saw somebody online about it where they, I can't really remember who was saying or whatever, but I know that they were talking about people being more independent, and like if you're on YouTube and social media, more try and do it for yourself more than for the companies that you're are helping you, because they're actually probably just taking a lot of.
Well, that's like
taking a lot from you that you don't even know.
Did you see that video with Chucky and Alhan when they was talking about gasworks? I don't know if I said.
No, I don't think I.
So there was a conversation, like Alhan done like gasworks with Poet, right? And he didn't know that that name of what he created was owned by someone else.
Okay.
He didn't know that, so they was trying to sell merch, and they were saying, "No, you owe us money, but you can buy it off us." So imagine you as a young influencer, you're getting all this feedback, and you're like, "Yeah, I can get it." Like for people like Lippy, ZZ Mills, and all that, they've already seen it, so they know what's coming next. But for the next generation,
they
don't get caught out, because Alhan is an intellectual. Like, he went to private school, he knows his thing, but he still got manipulated because he wanted people to see that he could do that job.
Right.
So people moving into this game of social media, remember, it's like every business. There's people on top of you that will earn off of you, innit?
Yeah.
That's why I'd rather, like we said, we started from the ground, we started from crud, we got nothing. Then we got up to 200 subscribers. To other people, they're like, "Oh, that's shit.
Of course.
100 views are shit." No, for me, 100 people view my shit. And one day, when it's 100,000, I'll look at the 100 and be like, calm. But if it never happened, if it don't happen like that, I still don't care, because I'm not into the clout chase. You're not a social media person. I've just felt like we had a lot to say, and we've both got different opinions, and it all come together in a nice package. And I think social media needs that.
Yeah, and I think that with the feedback that I get, it's mainly from, it was really nice to see, like on our last post, people actually saying, "Guys, we love your podcast, you know, we've just started watching." That is,
because we were talking
so
about
nice.
safe, but we weren't attacking someone.
Yeah, and it was nice to get that feedback, but most of my feedback comes from my close family and friends, and it's like, and no, I love it. It's
but
like,
when you get
it's
someone
like,
random,
you know what?
Like, it's different.
It's
a different feeling.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
But for us, we're not about. It's not about money, or we just genuinely like getting together and having a chat, and I think we blend well, and that's what people say. People say that we gel well, and I think that's the main thing. At the end of the day, we can't be shy about what we want to talk about.
Yeah, but you can't be scared of what the other person's going to think.
I think you have to be mindful, because obviously there's a lot of touchy subjects and things like that. You can't go accusing people. You've got to be mindful of what you're saying, but at the same time, you should be free to say what you want. Yeah, so it's got to all be in the same bubble.
Yeah,
you've got to just know how to.
Everyone knows an opinion isn't facts, but an opinion can hold a lot of weight if it's said a certain way.
And depending on who it's said by as well. So
we ain't got that sort of influence where maybe some of the stuff I've said will go too far and I'd have to apologise. Where I know if we was getting 100,000 views a video and we had like 20,000 bloody subscribers, I know for a fact a lot of people would have a lot to say to me. And I think to
But
you,
it's
because
okay,
we're
though.
very, but yes, but a lot of people don't like that trolling side. So do you think with social media, away from people being in the public eye, some people will leave a comment and they get trolled on their actual page. Oh, I went on your page, you're fat. You know, like I've had it. Like before I deleted all my pictures, that wasn't the reason, but remember I wanted to start fresh.
Yeah,
When I left a comment and some random guy went onto my page and went, you fat shit, I went, so's your mum. You know what I'm saying? No, but you need to be built a certain way for social media, and you need to be able to take.
You have to be strong.
Yeah, like you don't have to be clever.
Resilient.
You know, yeah. I feel like a lot of young people don't know what they're getting into. When you make a comment, it's for everyone to judge.
Yeah.
So if you say he's definitely a pedo, if someone says your dad's a pedo, and they start inboxing you and saying you're an animal, you're filth and all that, you can report it, but you need to be ready to accept that
that's going to happen.
There's evil people out there.
Yeah.
And social media is the best way for them to get
definitely
what they want out.
And the thing is, when you look at it I mean, it's all well and good talking about trolling and stuff like that, but what about those people who don't have any confidence, that are on social media trying to gain confidence, and then they already are feeling the pressure of they need to keep up with what they see. So for instance, you know, maybe they're not confident about the way that they look, but they want to take nice pictures. Yeah. So then the moment that somebody maybe says something nasty, they might be smiling on their Instagram, but behind they're really, really, you know, upset, and it's really hurting them.
And this is what I think people don't get.
Yeah.
You know how a lot of celebrities have just come out and killed themselves? A few Love Island people. I'm not going to say names because if I go through all names all the time of people that have unfortunately passed, then people know from Love Island, the host, bless her, she had a lot of pressure put on her. And I think sometimes we can attack without knowing. And even if someone's in the wrong, what we do next can push someone over the top, push them to the next level. I felt it a little bit, like when...
Really?
Yeah, when everything broke up between me and my fiance, I had a lot of inboxes asking me a lot of information, and I didn't know how to answer it because they're asking me personal stuff. So I wanted to bypass them, but then somehow all the information I'm saying is getting back to the other. So that it's like social media. Like if, say for instance, a known person from a sitcom answers the DM and says no, this, that and the other, because they don't want to tell you everything because it's their personal shit. And you go over and tell someone else and they come back and say they lied, it makes you feel even more pressured, like, what do I do now? So imagine that tenfold. I had 3 people doing that to me, so imagine if you had 10,000 people questioning, did you beat up your boyfriend? So a bit like this poor young girl that's in the Dutch situation. Everyone apparently, she probably did get death threats because they thought she weren't speaking up.
And ruining.
Yeah, it's either going to be one or the other. It's either you're going to ruin his career, but she's never done anything, or people are saying, why are you letting him have a career? So either way, the mum's probably getting called a whore, everything, like die. It's a bit. Did you see that Anton Ferdinand documentary? I don't think you will because it's football. But when John Terry called Anton a B-C-U-N-T, and then it came out that Ashley Cole said, no, they said it to each other, bro. A white man said to a black man, you black. So at the end of the day, if you're going to say that, know that you're racist. It's a racist slur. You might not be a racist person, but you've now done the racist slur. But Anton had bullets sent to him.
Wow.
When it came to he had bullets sent to him in the post. So this is how dangerous social media is. People were saying, you're just the N-word. N-word, drop the thing and all that. And he's showing everyone on this documentary, and people were still turning around afterwards saying, he's all up in his feelings. I'm like, mate, do you understand? Thousands of people. If I ever got sent bullets in the post, just know, I'd never want to leave my yard. It ruined his football career. But as a West Ham fan, and it happens, it's like you said, imagine down the line if that happens to one of us.
The thing is, I think you put yourself out there, don't you? And I think sometimes It is the risk, but I think sometimes we don't think about those things. We just think about creating an account, posting what we want to post, and that's it. We're not thinking about everything else that goes along with it. And
could
then
comment? Could it go global? Could
because
everyone
I'm
see
quite
it
open
like
with
it?
comments. Sometimes I'll see the most annoying stuff on internet, or and I'll just think, why are you saying that? And even on Facebook the other day.